As you'll see from the title of this video, I manifested contact. Now, I wasn't quite sure how to title the video to explain why that is important, so let me give you some context to why it is. I talk all the time on this channel about residing in the end, turning away from what doesn't serve you, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I've done this time and time again with money, manifesting Katie, and so on. But it has been quite a while since I personally have had something to struggle through. So I wanted to test it. I wanted to test how quickly I could get reality to do the right thing after I had been doing the wrong thing. So I tested it. There was someone that I kind of needed to hear from. Quote unquote needed, of course. They had an important message, an important confirmation that I needed, and I thought, you know what? This is the prime opportunity for me to test this. So what I did, I sent the message asking for the confirmation last week. We're currently on Monday. I think it was last Monday or maybe last Tuesday that I sent the message to try and get confirmation. And then I, on purpose, acted like I was in need of that message from like an actual needy place. As in, I was making myself check to see if they'd messaged, check to see if they were going online and things like that. It was very uncomfortable for me to do because it goes against where I'm at now after doing all of this growth. But I wanted to test it and try and actually, put myself in your shoes again. Since I haven't been in this kind of desiring / needing a text from anyone for quite some time, why not try and, level with you guys and see how you're seeing it and so on. So I consciously made myself check for a few days. Have they messaged yet? No, not yet. And I would actively be aware that they haven't messaged. Because you know how I advise you guys to be like, oh, they've messaged me, I'll answer it later, even if they haven't, or make some kind of good thing, like, oh, they're probably just busy, they'll message me later. I didn't do that. I deliberately just said, still haven't heard from them. Oh, they were online then and they haven't responded. And I was feeding my mind more and more and more that they haven't given me what I wanted. They haven't responded, not in contact, trying to, as best as possible, turn this situation into what many of you guys watching how to get texts and things like that content would be. And behold, I wasn't getting responded to. I could see that they were online, wasn't getting the response. Days went by without them even responding to my message, but I would see them posting Instagram stories and such things like that. Now, of course, this was my own doing. I was consciously manifesting them away from responding because I was being in need of their message. I was approaching it in a needy way, checking all the time, instead of just letting it come. Checking the details, like when they've been online and that they haven't messaged and such things like that. Telling myself they haven't messaged. Not they haven't messaged, but they will later, they're probably just busy. Not, oh, they have messaged, even if they haven't, but I'll respond to it later. Just straight up, they haven't messaged. And lo and behold, for about, if it was Monday, it would have been 4 days. If it was Tuesday, it would have been 3. I can't remember which day it was. But for a few days, I was having all the evidence that they were available, but not to me. Exactly is what I was manifesting. And then on the Saturday, I decided, okay, I have enough evidence that I'm being ignored here. Now it's time to switch it around. Now, I will preface that I am proficient in this. I have been doing these manifestation techniques for years. I have been talking about it for years. So of course it is a lot easier for me to do than someone in a much more self-inflicting situation, but also someone that might be still quite a lot newer to the process. So while I did have a quick turnaround in what I was trying to do, I don't want you to feel discouraged by that. And you're like, oh, well, I've been here for a couple of days, a couple of weeks or whatever, or maybe even longer. I am very good at this stuff, which is why I talk about it. And the situation really doesn't mean that much to me. Yes, I quote unquote needed the confirmation, but it wasn't, the end of the world. It wasn't something that was going to make me crumble apart if I didn't get it when I needed it by. So I was very detached and I'm very proficient at this work. But the reason why I'm giving you this story and the reason why I did this test in the first place is to show you, and of course I'll get on to how I shifted things around, but to show you that even if, like me, you had done a period of time of the wrong things, if you decide from this moment to start only doing the right things, you will still get the right outcome. So lo and behold, Saturday morning came. I'm pretty sure it was Monday that I'd sent the text. I probably should have checked before I jumped on this video, but Monday through till about Friday evening, no response. They've been online. Why aren't they getting back to me? Blah, 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 blah. Saturday morning, right, I think that's enough now. 4 to 5 days of confirmation that they were ignoring me and so on. Let me now start shifting things around. So Saturday morning, I decided, you know what, that's it now. I'm going to commit only to the thoughts of having heard from them. Now, of course, I hadn't heard from them. So how do I do that? Well, for the purposes of this, because I didn't want to use my morning and night real structured times to manifest, because that's set aside for other goals that I've got going on, I decided to just, whenever I checked my phone, to just claim that they'd messaged. That was literally all I did. So pretend this is my phone in my hand. I'd be, what's an example? Katie and I went shopping on Saturday morning, so it would have been checking my phone or getting my phone out to pay. Oh, they've messaged, that's cool. I'll respond to them when I get home. Boop, paid, put my phone away. When I was at home, oh, what's the time, Matt? Katie asks me. Check the time. Oh, it's about 2:30. Oh, and that message is here. That's cool. I'll respond to that later. That was all I was doing. Just whenever I checked my phone, oh, they've messaged. Awesome. I'll get back to that. And the reason why I say I'll get back to that is to stop my logical mind from going, well, if they've messaged, why haven't you messaged them back? I say I'll get back to that later and make some kind of reason. Oh, I'm just playing a game right now, just spending some family time. I'll make a reason as to why I won't get back to that so that my logical mind doesn't go, well, get back to it, get back to it, get back to it. And then I have to sit there and go, well, I haven't actually got a text to get back to, which only hurts the process. So I say, oh, cool, they've messaged, I'll get back to that later. Which just lets my logical mind go, okay, yeah, cool, we'll just get back to that later, it's fine, I don't have to worry about it right now. And I did that consistently all throughout the Saturday. Lo and behold, I think it was probably about 7 p.m, maybe 8 p.m, sometime in the evening, I got a message from them. I got confirmation of what I needed, plus details on why I hadn't heard from them. Now, details in and of themselves don't matter. I know why I didn't hear from them. It was my conscious state. They could have given me a million different reasons why they didn't hear from me, but all of them were put in place because my conscious state was saying I wasn't hearing from them. They could have given me a million different reasons why I didn't hear from them. But my conscious state was that I've not heard from them, therefore I didn't hear from them. The reasons they make up, whether, true, whether lies to save face, I don't care. Whatever the reasons they tell are implemented because I was in the conscious state of not hearing from them. So of course I had to be given reasons why I didn't hear from them. But on this Saturday morning, I decided, no, enough is enough. I'm only going to commit to the thoughts of having heard from them. Every time I check my phone, sweet, message, I'll get back to that later. I must have done that probably about 30 times throughout the day, naturally. I didn't make myself check my phone to manifest. I just utilized when I naturally checked my phone, claim there was a message, claim I'd get back to them later, and at about 7, 8 p.m. at night-ish, checked my phone. There actually is a message. Now I can get back to them. And I did. Like I said earlier, I was very detached from the situation, and I'm a very, very good manifester, which is why I was able to have a turnaround in the same day. But you also can. I'm using that as like a little disclaimer so that you don't go and then do this process and then get defeated if it doesn't happen within the same day. I'm just very good at this. I've been doing it for years and the situation doesn't mean as much to me. Katie took more than just the same day to manifest because it meant more to me. So trust me when I say, if you try this process and it doesn't happen same day, don't get defeated. Just keep doing it. But I tell you this story, and I did this test partially to kind of prove to myself that I can still make shifts, because I have been doing this for so long, and because my life is set up exactly as I want it to. I don't really have trials and tribulations anymore. Not ones that aren't placed there by myself, such as taking cold showers, doing martial arts training, and so on. But like genuine, like external things that get in the way, I don't really have those anymore. So I wanted to implement this more as a test that I can still do what I talk about, but also to kind of give you like an anecdotal story from myself that I screwed up, quote unquote, with those 5-ish days of deliberately manifesting against myself, and I was still able to turn it around, get the confirmation and all that good stuff that I needed. And all I did, genuinely all I did, I didn't do any proactive work outside of just checking my phone. Message from them, great, put my phone away. And then I got the message from them on that Saturday evening. So what I urge from you right now is to take the good side of the story, to understand that if you've been screwing up, that's okay. From this moment forward, focus on the end result anyway. Focus on what you want anyway. For me, the end result was just simply the having that confirmation, which is why that's what I went for. If you're absolutely determined you want a text, then you can do this process. Of course, I always do recommend the end result and let the subconscious mind build it up. But if you've been screwing up to this point, as long as you change now and focus on what you wish to experience, you will experience it. And creating the experience can simply just look like just affirming a few times or claiming you've got the text or whatever it is, and it will come to pass. So I really hope this video has helped. I hope it's given you some ideas. I hope it's also given you like a bit of anecdotal reassurance that if I can deliberately manifest something away and then get it to come back, you can do the same as long as you do the right thing. But if you do need my help tailored to your situation, I do have services available. Everything is linked down below in the comment section and the description. Click the link to my website and I'd be happy to work with you. If you like this kind of content and you want more of it, drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.